Penny, and these are the Kid Vision Kids, and we're here today at Field of Flowers to learn about flowers and about flower arranging.
Hi, Miss Penny. We're really glad you're here today. My name is Miss Brenda. We're really happy the Kid Vision Kids are here today. We're going to learn a lot about flowers. We're going to have some fun. But how about if we start out with a tour of the store first?
Let's go. It's cold in here.
It is cold in here.
What happens in this room?
When all of the flowers come off the truck, they come into this big cooler, and it's about 38 degrees in here.
And why do you keep them cool?
It just makes them last longer to keep them cool.
Once the flowers are ready, once you've received them and they're in the cold room, and you want to put them on the display floor, you cut them first?
We always cut them first, yes, and then they get moved out to here in different areas of the store.
Great, so you have all these beautiful flowers that were once in boxes that are now all displayed beautifully.
That's correct.
Terrific. Let's see the next section.
Okay, great. So, Miss Penny, I wanted to show you this is actually our DIY area where after people have purchased their flowers, they can bring them over here and they can actually assemble them right here. As you can see, somebody has done something very beautiful for a special event. And so it keeps the mess out of their house.
And then once they have their flower arrangements made and they are done, where do they go pay for their flowers?
We have registers up front. Generally, people will actually pay for their flowers and then bring them over here. We also have a carry-out where the flower designs are already made that are made by our very talented designers as well. So we have a lot of special areas here in the flower shop.
Thank you so much for the wonderful tour of your flower shop. It is a terrific place and it smells so good in here. And while we're here, we'd like to find out more about the parts of a flower. We'd like to learn how to take care of flowers and maybe even how to make a flower arrangement.
That sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're in a great place. I really like this location. Where are we at?
This is called the production area. This is where all the designers make all of our flower arrangements. And these big tables are actually called our design benches.
And what kind of flowers do we have? Can you name them, please?
We actually have a variety of things. These are called chrysanthemums. We have roses here, and this is a rose spray. That means there's a whole bunch of different flowers on one stem. Right there we have carnations. This is also a carnation spray. We have large sunflowers, small sunflowers, stargazer lilies, and Asiatic lilies.
I love the lilies. They're so beautiful. Let's talk about this lily. All flowers have different parts. So children, you might be able to help me with this. What is this called?
The stem.
What is this called? It's called the
Leaf.
leaf. And what is this called?
The flower.
That's the flower. If we get flowers out of a box and we want to keep them fresh, you put it in water. Why?
So it's because they hydrated.
They hydrate, they stay hydrated, and if they're hydrated, they last
Longer.
They last longer. So whenever we have flowers, we want to put them in water so they last longer. Terrific. Well, we've learned a lot about flowers, and we've seen that there's a large variety of flowers. What I'd like to know now is what flowers you put together to make an arrangement.
That'd be a great idea. We're going to make a beautiful arrangement together. Would you like to do that?
Yes, that
Great.
sounds
That sounds
terrific.
fun.
I see that we have 3 different types of plants in front of us.
Well, Miss Penny, we have leather fern that you have in your right hand. We're going to be using that today in our arrangement.
Oh, I like that one.
It's very sturdy and lasts a long time.
What is this called?
That's actually called salal. A lot of people will call it lemon leaf also.
Oh, this one looks really familiar. What is this called?
That's actually a palm leaf. They use them in the tropical arrangements a lot of times.
And what about this?
That's actually in the ruscus family. That particular variety is called Italian ruscus. Used a lot in wedding arrangements.
Oh, and what is this group of flowers called?
Those are called our mass flowers. We're actually just going to be using our carnation, but I wanted to show the kids and you, Ms. Penny, that anything that has a round head that's a flower is actually considered a mass flower.
And at the end, what types of flowers are those?
These are actually called accent flowers or filler flowers. We have a different variety here. This is called gypsophilia, but some people call it baby's breath. This is called aster white. This also comes in purple. And this is called aster solidago. And these are all to fill in your beautiful flower arrangement.
That's terrific. I'm going to ask one more question.
Sure.
What's the difference between a bouquet and an arrangement?
Well, an arrangement generally gets put in some kind of container or a vase, but a lot of times people just want a bouquet of flowers because they already have their container or vase at home. So we put it together for them, wrap it up, and they take it home and put it in their own containers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you like to make an arrangement?
Yeah.
Great. Great, I am so excited. Now we get to actually make a flower arrangement.
Indeed we do. This is actually a block of foam that we're going to be using in our design today, but we have to do something really special to this. We would cut a little block that we would need. Once we have our water in our bucket or our container, we just have to float our Oasis foam. Put it in my little container there. Who knows the first thing that we're going to put into our arrangement today?
Our green.
Our greens. Very, very good. So we've made a little plant, didn't we?
We did
We made
make
like a
a
little
plant.
plant arrangement.
And what goes in next?
Actually, what we're going to work with next is our carnations. These are very pretty. You guys are natural flower designers. So we're looking at our arrangement and there's some empty spots. And the empty spots are where our filler or our accent flowers are going to go in. So does everybody feel like a professional flower designer
I
now
do.
at this point?
And I want to ask you, there's a word called florist,
Yes.
and I know that it has multiple meanings. What
It does.
are we being florist right now?
This is actually part of being a florist, yes.
Thank you very much, Miss Brenda. We learned so much about flowers today and loved making our flower arrangement.
It was really our pleasure. I had such a great time with you guys. You did a fabulous job. These are so pretty. Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Bye.